All right, I'm back. Hmm. It was pretty appropriate that my live just got canceled because my dog needed to throw up. So that is the essence of actually what we were talking about, which is the lion's roar and how it's more beneficial to hear the lion's roar out in the jungle than to feel the lion's breath upon us about to eat us for lunch, right? And how that translates to our lives is to hear the signs and symptoms that something is wrong in our body before it's too late, before it turns into full-blown cancer, full-blown heart disease, full-blown diabetes, before we have a stroke, before something happens that is like the evidence that we've been ignoring the lion's roar and only responding when it's an emergency, only responding when the breath is upon you about to eat you and kill you. And so I wanted to bring that in today because it's like basically the foundation of how I work. It's the foundational like field of your entire system. If your body is ill, if your body is not well, if your body is not like flowing with energy, then your body is stuck, tight, stiff, and it's like unable to communicate with you its needs. And so my question earlier was like, how do you interact with your body? And, myself as like a high achiever visionary, for many years, I was able to get away with, completely ignoring my body and completely ignoring my emotions, like having like total numbness, totally being like having amnesia almost of like what I felt, like just numb. And really like the only place I had a little bit of energy was in my like upper mind, which is the part of me that like sees the big picture and sees the big vision and is able to take all these little pieces and like put them together. And then I also have a ton of energy in my soul. So like the field, the energetic field here of soul is like a constantly fueled energy space for me. I never ever have to wonder like what my soul's purpose is. I never ever have to like feel lost from my soul, to feel lost from inspiration, to feel lost from the light of truth, which is soul. Like that is like a constant, it's like constantly fueled, constantly filling me. So like the mock-up of my individual energetic system is that if I don't tend to my lower energetic fields, then my life is being led by my soul and my upper mind. And many of you that feel like you don't have energy in those spaces and you wish you did may feel a little bit envious. Like, how come I'm not like out there, like being a visionary and creating and like holding all these people and holding all of these themes and ideas and allowing them to manifest and to like create in the world. And I just want to tell you that without listening to the lion's roar, all of that stuff collapses. All of it collapses. So, we have these different energetic intelligences for a reason. We don't have like one or two for a reason. Oh my gosh. I think my dog is not feeling well and I have to listen to her body because now she's over there whining again. So, I'm going to end this topic today no, a little bit prematurely, so I can go tend to that babe. But what I want to leave you with, and what I want you to like sit with, and I will continue this topic, but what I want you to like really sit with is how do I interact with my body? Do I listen to the lion's roar out in the jungle, or do I wait for it to be upon me, about to like devour me and kill me? How do I listen? And I want to leave you with these things that I'll be teaching in effervescence. There's these main like rings around the body that hold like energetic information about our physical body and our energetic body. When those energetic fields are depleted, then our body is actually also depleted. And then the field that comes off our body to communicate with the outer field is lacking and it's incongruent with the truth of who we are. So what comes from us, when it's incongruent with the truth of who we are, then we're entraining the field around us with incongruence, with distortion. Because every one of us is, through our own entrainment, is communicating to the hearts and brains of everyone around us. And, you know, what I want to leave you with, and I need to get to the dog, is how do you listen to your body? And the very basic way to listen is to just go to each place and just, like the arm, like, okay, what do I notice about my arm? It feels heavy. It feels long. It feels strong. It feels soft. And to just say all of the things that you notice about your arm, like there's heat, there, all of that stuff. And then the next like layer, so we have the physical and we have the emotional. So the emotional layer is about what you sense. So it's like, oh, I sense like flow, I sense tingle, I sense, it's like, what are the feelings that you have there? After the feelings is like, so it's like, first you listen, then you have these feelings, they respond to the feelings and the sensation. After that is how you categorize it. That's like our lower mind intelligence. So like, how do I categorize that? And then after that is the upper mind, which is, what am I going to do about it? Like, what is the best thing I can do about what I'm feeling, right? I have a fever. So it's like, I'm noticing heat. I feel like really warm and really like, I just feel a lot of like heat in my head. And then the lower mind is like, oh, it may be a fever. And then the upper mind is like, oh, I should drink some water and I should maybe do a cool bath. Right. And then the soul is like the part of us that like trusts, like I trust that my body's talking to me and guiding me to take care of it better. So those are like the way that you interact with the energy fields. First, it's like, oh, physically there's pressure. Emotionally, it feels warm. I feel sensation. The thinker comes online. The thinker's like, oh, maybe it's a fever. Then the upper mind comes online. The upper mind is like, oh, what are we going to do about this? And then the soul comes online. And the soul is like, I trust that my body's speaking to me and guiding me in the right direction. And I'm going to keep listening. And so that's how you integrate with all these rings around the body that hold intelligence about how you organize yourself through your nervous system. All right. So step one is like, what is like just the physical, like, what do you physically notice about your body, and interact with what you physically notice, like tight